Hello everybody, welcome to my nookery. My name is Linda and I live in the UK, and this is podcast episode number 2 for 2024. I've got a few works in progress. I've got 7 works in progress to share with you today. I've also got finished objects, and I've made one purchase, which I shouldn't have done, but hey ho, it was I got money off, so you do what you've got to do, don't you guys? And so welcome here, welcome to all my new subscribers. Thank you for joining me. Grab yourself a drink. I've got hot lemon and ginger tea today, and I'm just going to take a slurp. It's a Wednesday morning when I'm recording this, and it'll go out on Sunday. Because I'm away this weekend. Hubby and I are going away for the weekend to celebrate our 25th wedding anniversary. I don't know where the years have gone. Anyway, welcome and thank you for being here. I hope you enjoy this video. It's going to be a long one, so you need to grab yourself a drink and sit back, grab your knitting or your crocheting, and I hope you enjoy. So you can find me here obviously on YouTube. I'm also on Ravelry as Linda Simpson Designs, and Instagram Linda Simpson Designs, and I've got a Facebook group called Disley Sisters Creations, and where we share all our work, and my sister and I. So I hope you would join the Facebook group. Everything that I talk about will be in the description box below. If you just click on the more, another box will open up, and all the links to what I'm talking about will be in the description box. Today what I'm actually wearing my Hoagie Locatelli's sweater, the Scope, and I made this using Paula Mayak Yarns Baby Camel, and it's a 3/4 length, and it just fits just an inch below the top of my jeans. So yeah, so this is what's very, very nice and warm, and I put this on today. Right, so shall we get into it? There will be chapters, guys, so if you want to skip a chapter, you're more than welcome. So that's the introduction all done and dusted. I'm going to so the next is the challenges. You all know I'm part of the challenges, or those of you who are new here, I'm part of the challenges, which we do a live the last Saturday of every month. And there's V from Crochet with Llama V, and Ursula from OM Granny Square, and every year we set ourselves a challenge for the year. I'm not going to show them share my challenges, but I will put the link to last January's challenges. Sorry guys, I can't seem to get my words together today. Anyway, I'll put the link to that live, and you will see what the challenges we picked for 2024. And so I have got 5 whips for that. At the present time, I've got 15. Which just makes my heart happy. And so 5 of those whips, my challenges are to do to do more colour work, and I think I've got 4 wearables, and the other challenge is to learn how to crochet cables. I can knit cables till they come out my ears. You know, I've been doing knitted cabling for a long time. Crochet cabling is new to me, and I'm learning how to make one of Bonnie Bay Crochet's is it Celtic cable throw. That's what I'm doing. Anyway, I'm learning. So they're my challenges, and I will have a separate video sharing those with you, my progress on those, after February's challenges, which is in V's house in Georgia, America, and I'll put the link to that one in the description box below as well. So that's the challenges. I also, the other, then we're going on to Advent Scrappy blankets. I've got 3 of those on the go, and they are my Starflower Advent blanket, which I'm using J Hook Crochet's Advent from 2021. I'm using that to do a blanket with. And then I got 2 Advents last year. No, I didn't. I got 3. One of them I made a wrap. The other 2 I made a cozy. I'm making a cozy memories blanket and the jelly roll. So I'm using a Yarn Whisperers yarn and my Yarny Corners yarn in both of those blankets. And then when I've used all that yarn, I'm going to then use my scraps. And so yeah, and that's what they're going to be going on throughout the year. I'll be working on them. So yeah, I'm trying, you know, kind of been working on them all of January. There's not much to share with you on them, and I think what I'm going to do is every 3 months I'll do an update on those blankets. So the update will be in March, and I'll show you how much I've done on each of those. So there'll be March, June, September, and then in December I can show you how far I've come, whether or not the blanket's finished or not. Not a race, it's just something that I can pick up. They're more like projects that I can work on watching television, watching a movie, because the 2 of the blankets are knitted, which is garter stitch, so you know I can do that. And then my Starflower, I can do that with my eyes shut, guys, to be honest. It takes me about 15 minutes to do one flower, if that. So yeah, so they're the other things that I'm working on. So that's 8 of the whips. Now I'm going to go on to my finished projects for January. One of them is behind me, and this is Stephen West's Hyper Knit Along from 2023. Both June and I, we shopped my stash and we made the glittering Snowscape shawl. At the end of this video I will have what will I have? What will you have, Linda? I'll have like thumbnails, a slideshow. I'll have a slideshow at the end of this video so you can see June's finished shawl and my finished shawl and that, and socks. And I've made 4 hats this month in January. So that was finished. That's finished project number 1. Then I made hats, and June and I are doing our first craft fair on the 25th of February. So I've been making hats for the fair, for the craft fair. So I made this one, and but let me start with the first one that I made with the rim. The turtle trunk, or the trunk, anyway, yeah, it is, it's the turtle trunk. I found a tutorial for this hat, and I'll put the link below. And for me, a hat, I love beanies, but for me personally, a hat is not a hat unless it's got a brim. I think it just finishes the hat off. I put a nice fluffy pom-pom, and so easy. But I will put the link to this tutorial. It's a beautiful, beautiful hat. It's 4-weight yarn, and these are all scraps of yarn that are left over. And then my hat, I made another one. My hat pattern, I used the pattern, but then I incorporated the rim on this onto my hat pattern, and I think it looks really nice. So that's a nice red one. It's a deeper red than it shows you on camera. Then I did this one, just very simple stitches, and and that. So this is double crochet knitting, so you alternate between each stitch. In one stitch you knit, you crochet, double crochet into the back, the next one in the front, and you alternate all the way up the hat. And yeah, so that's that one. And then I did exactly the same pattern on this one, and I think it's really nice, and a nice pom-pom on the top. So they're the 4 hats that I made. And then last but not least, I made a pair of socks. I got the Beehive Yarns Christmas Eve box, and this is the yarn that I used. It's called Winter Wonderland. It's just plain vanilla socks by Kay, the Crazy Sock Lady. And yeah, so these are another pair of socks for Rick, which he'll get. I'll gift him them for our anniversary. I've got him something else as well, obviously, but I'll gift him them as well. So he'll have a new pair of socks. So they're all my finished projects for this month, for last month. I've not got no finished projects yet for for February. I still need to do more hats, so I'm hoping to get another maybe 4 more hats made. So now we're going to work on 2 finished projects, works in progress. Are you ready for this? I've got 7. It's a dull, miserable day here. We've had nothing but rain, but we're forecasting snow. I'm not looking forward to that. So, Aran, Toby Knits, kindly sent me Honey It's Cold Outside socks, her sock pattern. Isn't it lovely? They are beautiful. And I'm using Lolo Did It yarn. Let me see if I can, and it's in my, they're in my wrist bag that are June made, which you can purchase by emailing me. Let me see, where's the, listen, it's in the bag, it's in the bag. So, Lolo Did It, and this is the yarn's called Bravery, and it is, let me see, does it say? Oh yeah, it's 25 nylon, 75 superwash merino, and in it's a finger weight, and it's a lovely shades of blues, lovely shades of blues. And this is what I've done so far. I'm on to row, I've done 30 rows of the pattern. You won't be able to see the pattern very well, but it's a really nice pattern, and I'm enjoying making them, actually. Really am enjoying making them. Look lovely. You can't really see it, you know, kind of on the camera. I'm not sure if you can see the bumps. They're like little honeycombs. And I thought the blue, Honey It's Cold Outside. Honey It's Cold socks. So they are by RM, and that is whip number 1. Whip number 2 is, I've been promising to make myself another muscle burr for ages, so I wanted something to take away with me this weekend that is just in the round, knit, 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 knit. And this is the muscle burr hat. Really like this yarn. It is from another of one of my favourite English dyers, Under an English Sky, and this is called Tiptoe Through the Bluebells. It's a super finger weight, 75 superwash merino, 25 nylon, 100 grams, 425 meters, and I'm really loving the colours. Can you see the colours? You can see the purples and the pinks and the greens, and it's just like walking through a meadow of bluebells, I think. So I've just finished doing the increasing, and now I'm just knitting. And I'm using my favourite Knit Pro Symphony needles. And I have that in this part, so I know that this is the start of my round, and I put a stitch marker there as well, so I know that when I come to do the decreasing, I know where I'm up to. So yeah, and I did a crocheted start, pinhole start. I did the start, and then I put them onto my DPNs. When I got me increasing done, I used my circular needles. I enjoy my little circular needles. So, and I'm using 4mm. So that is the yarn. You can see all the lovely different colours. So I'm a happy bunny with them. And it is the Musselburgh by Yazelda. Let me just get a photo. There we go. There we go. There's your solder hat. Love it. Absolutely love that hat. So yeah. So that's going to be for me, guys. That hat's going to be for me for when I go and take my little spicy on her walks. Number 3 is, this is in my Sheila bag, my small Sheila bag, lilac polka dots with a pocket on the outside, and pockets on the inside as well. So that's my Sheila bag, and this is my Mary bag, and this I'm designing a vest to wear with my shirts, and this is Stylecraft Grace. It's is it 100 grams? What is it? And there's 85% premium acrylic and 10% mohair, 5% wool. And what needle size are we using? 4 to 6mm. So what I've done so far, I've done so this is what I've done so far, and I'm using the Suzette stitch. No, I'm not. Tell a lie, I'm not. So I've done the front post, back post for the ribbing, and then this pattern is. This is the same pattern that I use on my hat, which is single crochet, double crochet, alternate all the way across the row, and then on the second row you alternate it. So where you did the double, you do a single, where you do the single, you do a double. So, and it gives it that nice pattern. So that is that's going to be a vest. So I'm working on that. The colour is Oyster, I think. Is the colour Oyster? Yeah, it's the colour Oyster, and it's a really nice soft squishy yarn. As you can see, it's nice and squishy, and I'm using my Clovers, a 5mm hook I'm using for that one. So I'm really enjoying. I know how, you know, when you know you've got a picture in your mind, and you know, and I'm going to kind of shape it around here, go in 5 stitches either side, and then go up, and then do kind of like a scoop neck, and the back, you know, hopefully the same. So fingers crossed that works out okay. So that's whip number 3. Whip number 4 is a knitted project. So I've got quite a few knitted projects, and I am making the it's from the Rowan book, Cotton Cashmere, and I'm using the Cotton Cashmere yarn by Rowan, and it is called Wood, and there it is there. You see this V pattern here, and I'm using Rowan Cashmere in this beautiful colour. It's cotton and cashmere, so you've got 85 cotton, 15 cashmere, and they're 50 gram, and I got this from my local yarn shop, which is Black Sheep Wools. You know, they're my favourite. And I've done this far. I've nearly finished the pattern on the front. This is the front. I'm not putting the back pattern on the back, I'm just having it on the front, and that's what I've done so far. I've nearly finished the pattern. I've got my little pandas on my needles, and I think that's where I was, where I showed you the last time. That's how much I'd started, so that's how much I've done since I last showed it. And this is in one of my Taunton tote, again made by our June. And what else I've got to do? Two of the whips are for the shawl make along that I'll show you them when I talk about the shawl make along. And the last one that I'm working on, which is this another Disley bag that June made me as a thank you for letting her shop my stash for the shawl that she made, Stephen West shawl. And she gave me this in one of our lives, and me dad, as soon as she gave it to me, I just said, oh my god, me dad, because of poppies. Whew. So what am I making? I'm making this salty air tea at last. I'm going to be making this, and this pattern is by Samantha Guerin, and I am using, I'm going to be surprised at the yarn, I'm using Kitey's the Yarn Whisperers yarn. Let me get the, it's called Koi Pond Shimmer Sparkle Sock Yarn. It's 100 grams, the superwash merino, nylon and stellina, and this is what I've done so far. I've just started, I've done my German short rows on the back, and that is how that is looking. And I did the alternate cast on, and it's made it really nice and loose because it's a summer tea, and you don't want it tight up here like this. It's so yeah, so that is the colour, and I'm really liking how the colours are working together. I'll show you the back because there's more of the back so you can see. And again, my Knit Pro, and I'm really loving, lovely yarn. If you remember, I bought Kitey's what did I buy? Is Advent last year, and yeah, so lovely, lovely, lovely yarn. I always like to do knit into the back of my knit stitch on my ribbon. I just think it's a lot neater. I did it on this one as well, on this sweater. I just think it's a lot, I don't know, for me it's neater. And they're the whips. I've got another 2 whips, so now we're going to be moving on to, our June and I have got started the Disley Sisters Creations, which is abbreviated to DCS, and I'll put it here, hashtag DSC Spring Shawl Make Along. And thank you to everybody who is entering this. We're going to be giving away 3 prizes, and Ophelia Talks has given a prize as well, a £20 gift voucher to a lucky winner who enters the make along. And we've had such a good response. It started on the 1st of February and it goes right the way through till the 30th of April. There is a video explaining all about the make along, and I'll put that link below in this chapter when I mark it for this chapter of the video. And I am doing 2 shawls. I didn't intend to, but one of them is our Ursula is donated, well, our Ursula has got a code for 3 of her shawls you can use, which the code is in the description box of the video explaining about the make along. And I am actually doing her Steve shawl. She's just brought out a shawl pattern called the Simplicity. There's the Steve shawl and then the Beautiful Friend shawl. They're the 3 that you can use the code for on if you want to use one of Ursula's patterns. So I'm doing the Steve shawl. I'm doing that one, and I'm nearly enough halfway. I'm using YarnArt. This is the cake bag. This is not this cake bag, but cake bags are the 3 prizes for entering. And I'm using a 4mm hook. I'm a tight crocheter, so the pattern says a 3, but I'm using a 4. I'm using YarnArt's Flowers Moonlight. Is it Flowers Moonlight? Let me see. Yeah, Flowers Moonlight. And this is the colour of the yarn. So it starts with the teals, goes out to the greys, and then the charcoal grey at the end. And this is what I've done so far. I've nearly, well, I'm 3 rows. I've done 25 rows. And as you can see, it started, and now we're going changing the colours. If I do it like this, fold it in half, and then you can see the colour change. Really nice pattern, easy to use, easy to read. She does have hyperlink in the pattern, which is a tutorial on doing the shawl. So yes, so that is that. So I've got that. So that's shawl number 1. Shawl number 2, I was watching who was I watching? Wool and Wishes, Tracy and Kirsty, and they were talking about a shawl pattern, twin satin pearl, which I'd also seen, and the Simon shawl. And that's another hashtag. I'm not sure what the hashtag is, but I will put it in the description box below. I've got my notes. And this is the Simon shawl. This is by Joanne, who is part of Twin Satin Pearl. And that's the shawl. So I shopped my stash. Now when I went to, oh, it must be sometime last year when I went, Black Sheep Wools have a sales section in their shop. And I went across there and I noticed this bag. It was just I bought it in this bag like this. And I thought, oh, I love that colour. And they are actually Scheepjes yarn. It is Scheepjes yarn. And you know I love Scheepjes. And this is the mohair rhythm. And this is a alpaca rhythm. And I'm doing them together. So I'm joined two strands of this and 2 strands of this to do this Simon shawl, and I've made a start and I am loving it, absolutely loving it. As you can see, I've got my little stoppers on, again my Knit Pro. So I'm absolutely loving the pattern. So well written, it looks beautiful, and you can actually see the pattern really well with the dark and the light. At first I wasn't too sure, but as it's growing up and you've got I-cord on either side, and I love it, love it, love it, love it. And so I'm going to be entering that into the make along. I think there's a few content creators who've talked about it, so I've done section 1 and I'm on section 2 now. There's section 5. So there's 7 sections and then the end section. So yeah, so I'm enjoying making that. So they are my two entries into the spring shawl make along, the DSC spring shawl make along. So what do you think of my whips? Have you got a favourite? Which is your favourite of the whips? I'm liking them all. I'm liking them all. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 5 knitted whips and 2 crochet whips, guys. 2 crochet whips. So Ducky darlings, love Ducky darlings. I got an email and they said, so this is what I purchased, guys. I purchased, June and I are doing an advent box each, and I gave her 24 minis, and then she came and picked one of the big the 100 grams off my shelf to go in the box. I've got hers, and I've been buying stoppers and stitch markers and other little bits to put in with the advent. So we're going to be she's got mine and I've got hers, and we're going to swap them and give them to each other at the end of November. So, and I was on Ducky Darlings, and I bought some yarn. I'm not going to show you. I bought some yarn for our June for her birthday. I saw this yarn and I thought she'll really, really like that. So I bought her that yarn. And I bought other things as well for her advent. And 3 skeins of yarn jumped into my basket and said, we're coming home, we want to come to yours. So this is what I've got. I love Ducky darlings. Mind you, I love everybody's yarn, guys. And it's called Winter Blues. Winter Blues, isn't that lovely? And it's superwash merino and nylon. Sorry about that, my phone's going off like Billy O. And it's a finger weight 4-ply, and yeah, isn't that gorgeous? So I got 3 of them. Oh no, I didn't get one. I had to get 3. So I got 3 of them. And I think they'll make a nice sweater, guys. I think they will make a nice sweater. I just want to get I want to get a solid to go with it, and I'm thinking, I don't know whether to go light or dark. I don't know whether to get a really dark navy blue, or I don't know, or a charcoal grey. I think a charcoal grey. Yeah, I'm thinking, but that is going to be a sweater for me. Not decided on the pattern yet, but that's going to be for me. And then, if you just bear with me a minute. No, it's gone. Never mind, I'll show you another time. And that is the only thing I've purchased. We've had a busy month, obviously taking spice walks, and we've had visiting family, and I've had a hospital appointment to have my injection in my neck for, from a dystonic trimmer. We've been watching a lot of movies. We've watched, you all know I'm a big fan of Jason Momoa and Jason Statham. And we watched Aquaman and the Last Kingdom. That was a very good movie. Then we watched Ferrari with Adam Driver, that was excellent. That was an excellent movie. That my dad would have really enjoyed that. My dad was a big... my dad was a car mechanic, and what he didn't know about cars you could put on a postage stamp. He was a phenomenal mechanic, yeah, and he would have really enjoyed that. And then the other one we watched with Jason Statham is The Beekeeper. What a brilliant film. I love Jason Statham. I really do. I think he's amazing. And they were the films that I've watched. I'm watching at the moment Criminal Minds. I've gone right the way back to season 1, and I'm making my way through all of them. I like Shaymar more. I really like him. I've watched him in another series. I think it's called SWAT. I really enjoyed him in that, so I have gone back to watch Criminal Minds. I'm watching them. And next week is Rick and I have been married 25 years. Can you believe we've been together on his birthday's in April, and he's going to be 69, and we've been together 29 years on his birthday, because we started courting on his 40th birthday, so I was his best birthday present ever. I can say that, can't I? We're going to looking forward to this month as well. June and I have got our first craft fair of the year, so looking forward to that. We're busy beavering away for that. June's making bags. Excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat. That's better. And so we've got that to look forward to. That's what we're working towards. Oh my lord, sorry guys. Excuse me. And obviously working on my 15 whips. So I think the next video that's going to come out, I'll do a Whip Wednesday where I talk about 2 of my whips. I'm not decided which 2 yet, but that'll come in a couple of weeks. And then we've got the challenges on the 24th, and then on the 25th I'll have a video out on sharing with you my challenges whips and what my challenges are and how I'm doing on my colour work and my cabled blanket. And I think, guys, that is it from me for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's not been too long. I think it might have been about 45 minutes, maybe a little bit shorter. But I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you've stayed. Don't forget, there is chapters in the and there will be a slideshow where I'll photograph all the hats and the shawl and the socks. There'll be photographs so you can see everything that I've completed. I'll also put all the whips out. The description box will have the links to the yarn and to the patterns. And I just hope you enjoyed it and have a fabulous February. I will have another episode in March to show you my progress of what I've done, what I've finished and everything. And and the yarn that I purchased while I'm away at Ludlow, because I found, done my research, guys, there are the yarn shop in Ludlow, so I'll be taking a little meander to the shop. So take care everybody, stay safe, but more importantly, as I always say, be kind to you, and until the next episode, bye bye for now.